I don't think people are asking for luxury anymore. Most of us just want a place to live without feeling like every month is a financial emergency. That doesn't seem like an unreasonable goal, yet it feels farther away than ever. Rent keeps climbing while wages struggle to keep up, and every lease renewal feels like another reminder that stability is becoming something only a few people can afford. I'm tired of hearing that this is just the way the market works. At some point, people stop caring about explanations and start caring about survival. Where nearly every paycheck disappears the moment it hits the bank account, there isn't much left to build a future. Saving for a home, taking a vacation, starting a family, or even putting aside money for an emergency begins to feel impossible. It wears people down. Living with constant financial pressure changes the way you think. Every grocery trip becomes a math problem. Every unexpected bill creates anxiety. Every rent increase forces another difficult decision about what to cut out next. Instead of planning for the future, I feel like I'm constantly trying to make it to the next month. What frustrates me most is that so many people are working hard. They're not asking for handouts. They're putting in long hours, commuting, paying taxes, and doing everything society told them to do. Yet many still can't comfortably afford a basic apartment. Somewhere along the way, the promise that hard work would provide a decent life started to feel less believable. I see more adults sharing apartments later in life, moving back in with family, delaying marriage, postponing children, or giving up on buying a home altogether. These aren't always lifestyle choices, they're financial realities. When housing consumes such a large share of income, everything else has to wait. The emotional toll is just as real as the financial one. It's exhausting to feel like no matter how hard I work, the finish line keeps moving farther away. It becomes difficult to stay optimistic when every year seems to cost more than the last. People begin questioning whether they'll ever experience the kind of security previous generations often took for granted. That's why so many people seem angry today. It's not just about rent itself. It's about the feeling that the system no longer works for ordinary people. When basic necessities become increasingly difficult to afford, frustration naturally grows. People aren't simply complaining. They're reacting to years of financial pressure that never seems to ease. I understand that housing markets are complicated, and there isn't a single solution. But it's impossible to ignore how many people feel stretched to their limits. You can hear it in everyday conversations, see it in social media posts, and feel it in the mood of entire communities. The stress is everywhere. I still believe people want to work, contribute, and build meaningful lives. They want to feel like their effort leads somewhere. But when rent consumes so much of what they earn, hope starts to fade. And when hope fades, resentment often takes its place. I don't think people are asking for perfection. They're asking for the chance to live without feeling like they're one paycheck away from disaster. They're asking for a future that feels attainable instead of constantly slipping out of reach. Until that changes, I think the frustration will continue to grow because people can only absorb so much financial pressure before they finally say, enough, we're fed up.